Hey guys, I'm Bryson. Welcome to my show, and today I want to talk about exactly making $100,000 without college. Basically being an iron worker. I always want to see exactly jobs out there that make a lot of money. And by the way, this person is literally in New York making $100K, no college degree, basically being, for example, an iron worker, working with iron, and I'm very big on skills. The skills make you money. The money you make can make you wealthy in the future by you going ahead and putting that money to work for you. But your income is going to be by far one of the most important things. And you don't have any security in the job, but you have a security when you know a skill that is going to make you a lot of money in the long term. So without further ado, let's find out exactly how this person right here makes $100,000, $100K a year by working with iron. All right, this should be exciting. And by the way, also, I will be liking or disliking the video accordingly. If I like it, I like it. If I dislike it, I dislike it. And as always, guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. That way I know you like this content. All right, without further ado, let's watch.
There will be times where they just want something that costs $1, but $1 was like a stretch. Going
Wow.
from $15 an hour, 8 hours a week.
Look at that, guys. Going from $15 an hour, 8 hours a week, you mean? You mean 8 hours a day? I'm pretty sure that's what she meant there, but yeah.
To actually having some type of consistency.
That is awesome.
Definitely.
That is scary stuff, man. I would not be up there like that. Not me.
Changed everything for me. My name is Mimisha Davis. I'm a
Mimisha Davis. Awesome.
structural iron worker with Local 40, and I'm looking forward to making over 100K this year.
That is, no. Okay, no. Guys, one of my things, man, is heights. I don't like no heights, man. And look at that thin wire, man. How is that? Look at her, right? Look at her. Imagine me. I'm a lot bigger than this lady, right? Look at this thin little wire. How is this supposed to protect me if I fall down there, man? Look, I know, Tommy, it's science and it's biometry, all this nonsense. Well, I don't care what it is, okay? I am not going up there, It can make 100K from that distance, I'll make it from down here, you know what I mean? I'm good on this one. Structural iron workers create the iron skeleton that are the foundation for large buildings. Oh my God. That is insane, guys. There's work out there for everyone, man, but this work for me is just a little bit too risky, if you ask me. It's not. If you like risks and heights, for you. If you don't, you're like me. Stay on the ground, okay? Don't go up there. Oh, look at this. The iron workers, locals, 40 and 30. Oh, look at that. That's back then. Oh yeah. You just remember, for example, in all the cartoons, there was like an iron worker, and they're always like eating a sandwich. Yeah, those are iron workers. I never thought about that job. Interesting.
I grew up in East New York and Brooklyn, was born and raised in the projects.
A lot of people, by the way, born and raised in the projects, And by the way, the projects are supposed to be, for example, temporary. You go there, you get back up, and then basically you go ahead and continue your life on. But now it's become like a permanent staple, where you go there, you stay there for a long, long time. I'm happy she went ahead and broke that. That's awesome, honestly.
Grandparents raised me.
Prior to iron work, Mimisha worked as a hostess at the Barclays Center and at her aunt's restaurant. So that's how she was actually making $15 an hour. I get it. And by the way, there's no problem with that, right? I work jobs that paid $8 an hour, but the goal should not be to stay there forever. The goal should be, hey, I'm gonna work here, save this money, get a degree or get a skill to then go ahead and basically earn more money, right?
I was making absolutely nothing. No, I believe it was $15 an hour.
Wow.
But it wasn't a guaranteed 40 hours.
Not bad though. Honestly, guys, sometimes you think about, by the way, guys, the minimum wage people in America are part of the 10% in the world, the richest people ever in the entire world. Okay. So we think people are poor here, but they're not actually poor comparatively to what you actually earn outside of America. That's the real thing, so $15 times 40, but it's not guaranteed, Tommy. I get that stuff, but let's just have some fun here. That's around $600 times 4. That's around $2,400. It's not actually that bad, You rent an apartment for $700 a month, and that, like a room, something like that. You get left with this much money after, for example, all the expenses out there. Let's say you get left, for example, with $1,000, right? You have that money, put it into a degree or something like that. That way, you can actually go ahead and graduate, and some years later, you're exactly where she is.
At the Barclays Center. So I know prior to starting ironwork,
Oh, guys, look at these scooters right here.
Guaranteed
These scooters
40
are everywhere.
hours
Look at
at the Barclays Center.
You see that scooter right there, the blue scooter that was literally like right here on this little
So I know.
corner. See that right there? Yeah. I love those scooters. They're by Rebel, and you can basically ride them. $11 gives you like 30 minutes, and then like $22 gives you like an hour, and like $40 gives you like a whole day. Too expensive, honestly, but if you're gonna go to the city and have fun, it's excellent. That way you don't have to pay, for example, for an Uber, or train. It gives you a lot of freedom. I don't know why I'm promoting this, okay? I don't get paid or anything, but I just like the service, and that's why I guess I'm telling you about it, okay? There you go.
So prior to starting Ironwork, I made maybe $13,000 for the year.
$13,000, guys. Something is wrong here, right? 2,400, just 2,000 times 12. That's what is that? 24,000. So money has been missing here. Misha did not receive benefits or healthcare. That sucks. That sucks. That really sucks. She relied on Medicaid and food stamps to support herself. Oh, she has 2 kids. I did not calculate that. I did not know that. Yeah, that's not a lot of money at all. When you have 2 kids, 2 mouths to feed, that's why usually, you want to do things in order. Things happen, I understand that, but you want to do things in order. You don't want to have kids until you have, for example, a stable, concrete, career. It's not about having, your whole life stable or whatever, but having a stable source of income, that comes from a career. How many kids you guys want? Comment down below, let me know. I'm thinking about, 4 to 5. That's what I think I want. My mom had 2 kids, which basically means she's gonna be okay with the population increase, because that's what she's on. It's just like us. But as far as I'll probably want 5 kids or 4 kids. I'll probably have 4 kids and adopt 1 kid, a Chinese little girl. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Comment down below, what are you gonna do?
Raising kids on that.
Malachi and Maisha. These names are very unique. Her name is what? Mamesha. And her kid's name is Malachi, and her daughter's name is Maisha. Maisha, is it Maiha? I want to hear the name, okay? I'm sorry.
Budget was painful, because there will be times where they just want something that costs $1, but $1 was like a stretch.
And by the way, $1 is a big thing. When you're making $15 an hour, guys, okay? That means, just to put into perspective, guys, okay? You have, for example, $15 an hour. Remember, though, there's 60 minutes in an hour. Divided by 60, that's around 25 cents an hour that you're actually making. Think about that for a second. And if every minute I make 25 cents, 25 pennies. So whenever I give, for example, my kid $1, that's 4 minutes of my time gone right there. And by the way, not to include taxes and everything else, because you get $50 an hour, but reality it's probably 13 to 12, right? Because there's taxes too. You gotta pay.
It was just a look of just disappointment.
It's okay though.
On their faces, and being a single mom and trying to provide for your children as best as you can, it takes a toll on you daily.
It does. And Tommy, how do you know that you're not a single mom? My mom's a single mom, and I know how it feels like. I could buy 1 game a year, guys. Okay, and sometimes we wouldn't be able to. That's why I got really, really smart at making money, here and there, whatever I could. There wasn't really that much money. I always had, for example, I had 1 sneaker a year, for going to school, the new school year. I always had everything I needed, but it wasn't oh, it's so much excess. That's not. I remember when my mom bought me my first TV. It was the best present ever. My first TV ever. I was so excited about it. It was a little TV with the Pirates of the Caribbean. My mom did an amazing job with us, man. Almost makes me want to cry, honestly. I think I'm gonna give her a car, as a gift. Don't tell anyone though. But not now. Once I have financial freedom and so on. I'm not gonna break my patterns, but yeah, financial freedom. And then if I can do something for the very first time with my money, to kind of spoil something, I'll probably spoil my mom. Give her a little car, something like that. Why not a house, Tommy? She already has a house. It's paid off. She already has everything she needs. She's a very smart lady, by the way. Okay, she did a great job. Mamisha was introduced to ironwork through non-traditional employment for women. Awesome, awesome. People think, man, that people don't know how many jobs there are in America. There's a lot of jobs in America. I know a girl that actually, for example, works as construction, construction workers, and she's the one holding up the sign and saying hey, don't pass her here, making $25 an hour, okay? Just by doing that, okay? So there's a lot of opportunities out there. New is a free 7-week training program. 7 weeks. Look how much money she's earning, guys. It's crazy. Come on. It's crazy. You gotta do it.
New was definitely a life changer. It definitely gave me back my confidence and sustain. I went from I can't to I know I can. And I was just.
And by the way, a lot of the times when you think you can't do something, it's not because you're stupid or dumb or anything. It's just because you just don't know, you know? When you don't know something, you can't, it's like telling a kid you're so dumb because you don't know science. Like, no one's taught him science. So how are you supposed to know science? You know what I mean? It's just about learning. If you don't know something, don't think you're stupid. It's just say, hey, what don't I know? What can I know? And how do I go out there and get it? You know, that's all it is.
Like a free Metro card and a free training program?
That's awesome.
Count me in.
That's awesome. I like this lady, man. She's really happy.
Even a trade course is expensive. So
yeah, it is.
to get this type of knowledge for free, I was just amazed.
But it's an investment, though. It's an investment. And by the way, it's cheaper to do this, right? For example, and by the way, it's probably like apprentice work. So you have to like work there for like a while, not earning that much money. But it's cheaper to do this and have somebody, for example, in like, what's it called? Like, damn, that's crazy. I forgot that name. Have somebody, for example, in the projects, you know. Thankfully, I never been in the projects, like stayed in the projects or whatever. But a lot of my friends, when I was actually in public school, actually worked from the projects and so on. I lived with my grandfather. When he came to America, he bought a house. He couldn't afford it, you know, obviously, because he paid too much for the house. But I was always like either there or like at an aunt's like house, staying somewhere. It was only like around like the third year that my mom came here to New York, and then we actually stayed like in our own apartment and so on. But interesting, I was just going from couch to couch in a way, not couch, like they gave me my grandfather gave me like a little like bedroom, like you can fit a bed inside, and my aunt gave me like my cousin there, and I slept like next to his bed, you know, like I always found like somewhere to sleep, you know, which is actually very important. But yeah, without the kindness of other people, man, I wouldn't be who I am today at all. I appreciate all the people that did something for me, so thank you.
I remember coming to the school and taking a tour, and I was like, oh my goodness, is this for me? Because I'm an adrenaline junkie, and when you walk into...
Oh, she's crazy. Okay, you're an adrenaline junkie. You're crazy. Okay, no. I'm an adrenaline avoider. Okay. My fiance sent me a video of people bungee jumping off of like a cliff. I'm like, look, man, you can do that on your own time. I'm not doing it with you, okay? It's crazy. Like, people are crazy. I'm not doing that.
The crane shed, you know, you see this big column. You have these torch booths. You have the welding booths. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay.
Maisha attended class 3 days a week for 3 years. Wow. 3 days a week for 3 years. So this was not like, probably like doing like the apprentices stuff, right? And by the way, I'm guessing that she could do it, for example, for 5 days. She probably would have finished, for example, in only like around 2 years, right? But again, full-time job, full-time mom, and also like almost like part-time student, right? So I understand it, but is it worth it? It obviously is, right? While working as an apprentice, she earned her American Welding Society certificate. Okay. Welding certificate. Welding is such a unique job, you know. I never understood like the whole covering mask thing, but basically you go blind if you don't have that on, so I understand it. But when I was a kid, I was like, why do they have that on? Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just fine, you know. But if you look at it for too long, your eyes are like, oh my God, stop. In September, Maisha graduated from an apprenticeship to a journeyman obviously. Okay, so I'm guessing the apprentice is like you under someone. Journeyman is maybe you going out there and actually finding jobs, I guess. Is that what that is?
I went from running around making sure that everyone is working, and now there's an apprentice working for me. And I'm just...
Awesome. It's all about levels.
Like, wow. It feels great to not, you know, Misha. Now I'm like, hey.
Now she's no longer, oh, it's Misha. Now she's no longer like the rookie.
Hey, can you grab that for me, please? You know, so that was the turning point. I was just like, wow, I'm really not an apprentice anymore.
That's awesome, Misha. The average apprentice makes $38 or about $58,000 a year. So obviously, for those 3 years, she's an apprentice, right? But she's still earning a lot more money than she used to. So that's not that bad at all, guys, okay? So you kind of go like do like the whole thing. As an apprentice, you still earn money. You still make money. And that's a lot a year. Making like, for example, like $58,000 a year for 3 years. Not bad. A lot better than $50 an hour, I'll tell you that much. That thing scares the heck out of me, man. The average journeyman makes $108,000 a year. How many levels are there? You know, you have, for example, apprentice, then you go to journeyman, and then like, what's next after this? Well, not even apprentice. Like, first of all, it's just like go in there, you just learn, and then you go to journeyman.
To go from $13,000 a year to, you know, $100K a year, it's a drastic change.
Now, one thing I'll tell you, Misha, a lot of people that go out there, and you guys know this already, right? They go out there and they start making more money and they increase your whole lifestyle. Relax, okay? Relax, okay? What you want to do is basically you get a little apartment for your family, increase the quality of life, but then you start saving money and focusing on the steps, okay? Get out of debt if you have any debt. You start saving for emergencies. You start investing for your retirement fund. You start saving up for a home and so on, right? But be very careful buying a lot of trash. You know, you're not going to make up the time with your kids with the whole like, oh, I'm going to give them this gift and this gift and this gift and this. No. Just make time with your kids and give them quality time. If you can buy something, great, right? But the goal should be, hey, I want to give them a better life overall. Not about giving them liabilities. It's not what you want to do at all.
Just the benefits that I receive from Ironwork, you know, the health benefits.
Awesome.
When I first started Ironwork, I was probably maybe 2 months in, and I get a call during my lunch break. And
look at that, guys.
My doctor told me that, you know, I had...
What's going on here, guys? This is about to be some crazy news.
Stage 1 of cervical cancer.
Oh my gosh. That stuff is scary, guys, okay? I've been doing a bad job with that whole like medical stuff, guys. I haven't gone to the doctor in like 4 years. Last time I went was because basically it was mandatory for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I should go to the doctor more often and get myself checked out. You never know what's gonna happen. Yes, I'm healthy. I try to eat very healthy food and so on, but you never know what's happening.
I remember like just breaking down and crying at that moment. And my general foreman, my shop steward, my foreman, all of these guys were like, whatever you need, we're here for you. This is like a family that I never thought I would have.
That's awesome. Misha battled cancer twice. Wow, that is sad stuff, man. Sad stuff. And you know, you remember, right? This lady is trying to build something. And by the way, around the corner of adversity is a lot of great things. Battled cancer twice, has 2 kids, is now, for example, a journeyman. He's going to do a lot of great work, man. I'm so proud of this lady.
I finished my last treatment with chemo in February.
That is rough, man.
Of 2018, and I've been cancer-free since.
What is it, 2021, right? That's 3 years cancer-free. She says being a part of the Ironwork union means higher pay, job protection, and better benefits. What does that have to do with the whole thing that we're talking about now? Oh, because it helped cover for everything, I guess, right?
Now I have a pension to look forward to when I do retire. They have a scholarship fund for my kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Also, invest your own money too. Don't just rely on these pension programs and these little scholarships for your kids. Open a 529 account for your kids also.
Able not to say yes to everything, because I don't want you to think I spoil my kids, but not saying no all the time.
I understand that.
Definitely takes, you know, so much pressure off of my shoulders.
Even though my guys are really cool, you just want that, like, oh my gosh, yes, I have someone that I can relate to, you know, but we don't get that all the time. I would like an all-woman crew.
Oh, yeah, it is. I saw like another episode of this stuff, and it was like this lady working, for example, on aircrafts, and it was just like her, like she was like the only girl there. But it's a part, right? It's like the new foundation, right? It's a part of like you making this video. Gets more people watching and hearing about this stuff, so it'll make a difference eventually.
Pretty cool.
That's the fight that we're in right now. So people hear 100K and they think that, oh my gosh, you could really live off of that. We live in New York City. It's comfortable, but you know, the demand that we do have on the job, no one will want to do that. I don't care how much money you put on that.
Yeah.
If you're scared of heights.
Yeah. Look, Misha, you got me, okay? You can put $200,000 on that. I'm not doing it.
You won't do it. If you're afraid of missing limbs and fingers or falling, you won't do it. I'm
not doing it either, man.
I'm not saying I'm not afraid of falling. I am, because that's definitely a precaution that you have to have on any job that you do. That is a hazardous condition.
Wow, man, it's crazy.
100K sounds like a lot. Like, oh wow, you really don't do anything. We do a lot.
You don't do nothing? What are you talking about, man? They do a lot of work.
For that money.
This is the World Trade Center, and a lot of these guys I work with today, like he's a walking boss, they're connectors in this picture. Connectors, they put these pieces together, so they're the ones that put the Legos together.
Wow.
A normal day on the job is first me trying to convince myself to get out of bed, especially when it's cold outside. I get
Yeah, New York sucks, man. Always cold.
to work around like 6:30. So walking up the stairs, that's probably the most tiring part of my day.
What is going on here? This is this lady's like up here on roofs and all this stuff, talking about how she started by working. Come on, man.
7:30 we start work. Today, for instance, it was windy today. We have to bring a torch upstairs. We have to cut pieces out so that like the plumbers and the steam fitters, they can put their pipes through certain holes that still have our pieces of steel through it.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is interesting work, guys. Now comment down below, guys. What do you want to do this work? What if I paid you $100,000 to do this and go on a skyscraper? Are you doing this or are you not doing this? Guys, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this, you know. But if you're one of those heroes, let me know.
There's me and another journeyman. So one of us is burning, one of us have to fire watch. As a fire watch, you're standing there making sure nothing catches fire around you. And fire watching in the cold is horrible.
You're just standing there.
You try to find anything
Oh yeah, remember guys, okay, this is blistering cold in New York.
to keep warm. So I'm like,
yo, New York is actually so beautiful, guys. Look how beautiful New York is. Look at all those buildings, all that stuff there. The work that goes into it. Is it worth the taxes? No, I'm out of here, man.
jumping jacks, doing push-ups off of the wall. It's just everything to try to stay warm.
Yes, sir.
The men definitely show respect. Even if they don't, you do have the other guys that put them in check real quick.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. People, there just shouldn't be none of that stuff, man. Like if you guys are equals at the end of the day. Like when it comes to this work stuff, you guys are equals. Like you have a job, I have a job to do. Whether you like me or you don't like me, get the heck out of here. It doesn't matter. It's professional stuff, man. I get that.
Wrap up around 3 and we leave around 3:30, 3:40.
It's a full-time job.
There were times where I walk up, I'm like, I can't do that. And they're just like, you can do anything you put your mind to.
You can do whatever. When somebody tells me that, man, to go up in that building, I'm like, nah, I really can't do that, bro. No, I'm really not doing that, okay? I'm not doing it. I don't care what you say.
I'm like, you know what, you're right. I remember working at One Vanderbilt and looking across the way and seeing the Christ
Oh my God.
the building. And I'm like, wow. Look, I'm making history, but I'm also looking at history.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of guys that I work with, their grandfathered and, like, you know, like their grandfather's been doing it.
Guys, look at this guy, man. This guy's losing his mind, guys. Look at this guy hanging from this little building thing with a little strap.
And I'm like, you're amazing. Like, you were just made for this.
These guys are heroes.
But I'm the first one in my family to ever do anything in this field, as far as any trade.
That's awesome.
So, you know, I feel like I'm making history of my
That's the biggest thing, man. It's all about skills. If you get a little skill that can earn you a lot of money, you're good to go. You're set.
own. And my kids, I'm all supportive of them, you know, following my footsteps. But I do want them to make their own choice as to what it is that they want to do.
I like that. I like that a lot, okay? Having your kids like follow your footsteps, great, but only if they want to. I never like the idea of like trying to force a kid to do something they don't want to do. Like it's just weird, honestly. Like the whole like, oh, I want my kids to be a doctor, or I want them to be like a baseball player, whatever it is, right? You gotta give a kid like the soil to just grow and blossom to whatever it is. Like you don't want them to do anything like for example, like doing a bad career, obviously no, I'm not gonna pay for that, okay? But you gotta give them the idea of like, hey, this works, try this out, try this out. That way they can actually find something they're actually interested in, okay? I actually appreciate it a lot. But overall, guys, this job is awesome. Earning, for example, a lot of money, while also, for example, I'm an apprentice, like around $53,000 is a lot of money. On top of that, doing this whole program for free is awesome. Is it risky though? The answer is yes. Why? Most likely because basically they have a shortage of people that actually want to do this. Obviously, I don't want to do this. You probably don't want to do this either, okay? But making $100K doing this is amazing, okay? Her being the first person of the family, going from $50 a month or $50 an hour to now making this much money is awesome also. By the way, the only thing that worries me is that a lot of people, they increase their income and all of a sudden they're spending all their money on trash. That's not what I want to see here, okay? But I have a pension and I have this, I have that. Just make sure you have your own investments so that way you're good to go no matter what. On top of that, consider like, hey, I basically work in in New York. But do I want to buy a house maybe across the bridge in New Jersey for like $300,000, $200,000? That way I'm over there. I'm no longer like paying like a lot of money for apartments, so on like that. So it's a lot of things to consider here. But overall, I like this video a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and basically give this video a like. I actually liked it, guys, okay? Comment down below. Let me know, would you do this job or would you not do it? Don't lie to me. Act tough. And then I see you on the streets and like throw you off a building. And you're like, oh, I'm so scared. No, okay? This software here is very dangerous, okay? I would not do this no matter what, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. And if you want to join me on my other channels, links down below. If you want to call me, join my third channel, link down below. You can call me for free for 30 minutes to talk to me about whatever you actually want to. On top of that, also follow me on Instagram, Bryson. And before I go, thanks for watching, and as always, peace.